the term alcoholic, it's like it doesn't sit with my spirit well. But like if you call me an addict, okay. Like I can resonate more with that because hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to A Sober Mind. Today, I want to share an internal factor, a mental perspective. Words are powerful. What we call ourselves, what we decide to call ourselves is powerful. And so, for how long do you refer to yourself as an alcoholic? And not to knock anyone who continues to identify themselves as an alcoholic. I think I understand the concept. For me, when I made the decision that I was going to live the rest of my life without alcohol, I wanted to be untethered from alcohol in every sense of the word. The definition of an alcoholic is someone characterized by the inability to stop or moderate their drinking of alcohol. It involves physical dependence, withdrawal symptoms, and cravings. And so, in my mind, if when I've got to the point where I'm not struggling to stop, I'll share a story. So I had a heated conversation with a family member, someone I loved and I still love and I still trust. This was early in my sobriety, somewhere within the first year of sobriety. And they said, yeah, I remember you told me that you're an alcoholic, and they went on to make their point, and I corrected them, and I was like, no, I mean, I never told you that I was an alcoholic, and that I knew for a fact because of the decision that I did make to not label and call myself an alcoholic. At that point in my sobriety walk, I was fighting. I was fighting for my identity. I was fighting for what tools, what mental shifts and perspective have worked for me. Um, and to that point, did it have to become a heated conversation? No, it didn't have to. I mean, especially I think now, like looking back, because if I were to have the same conversation now, it's like that's just how another person sees what I describe, like my issues. Like I struggled with alcohol addiction. I have no qualms with that issue. It's just the labeling, because I feel like the words do matter. And the before we go labeling ourselves any certain thing, we should understand like what consequences does that have. Especially when you're thinking about long-term sobriety. Like if you want to live a life sober, to me, calling myself an alcoholic somehow keeps me in that loop of addiction, or it keeps me tethered to alcoholism in a way that it doesn't allow me to move forward in my sobriety walk. That's what I found to be true for me. Words do matter. How we talk to ourselves matters. And it's something I think that beyond alcoholism, it's something that I've constantly had to work on. When I really start paying attention to myself, those inner thoughts, I talk very down to myself. And my wife has heard it and she's called me out on it. And it's just kind of made me more aware over time, of just like the onslaught of words that I use directed at myself and how it makes me feel. And so I am a work in progress, right? And so that is something that I'm continually working on. But as it relates to sobriety, it is one of the things that has truly worked for me on my sobriety journey. Like I feel very passionate about not referring to myself as an alcoholic. Like number one, I'm sober, right? Number two, it's like I don't struggle with cravings anymore. I don't struggle with withdrawal symptoms. I don't have the physical dependence. So by definition, I am no longer an alcoholic. Yeah. And so that's where it stops for me. That point in the journey may be different for everyone else, but at some point I believe you have to recognize like this thing no longer has a hold on you by God's grace. Like this thing no longer has a hold on my life. I'm no longer drawn toward it. I can be around it and it doesn't trigger any responses, any kind of reaction, like of feelings of fondness or anything like I'm missing out. Like I feel nothing for it. I feel good in those scenarios, when everybody around me is drinking alcohol, like I feel good about the decision that I made to not to not drink, and to know that I'm gonna wake up the next morning and I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna have clarity. I'm not gonna have foggy brain. I'm gonna be able to get up, go get some sunlight, go work out, and feel good doing it. Feel hydrated doing it. It's funny because I had a talk with my wife, and I told her, like, I don't the term alcoholic and the definition is like it doesn't sit with my spirit well. Like, but like if you call me an addict, like, okay. Like I can resonate more with that because I see more power in the word addict, meaning I can use addict to better my health. I can use it as a positive thing, because if alcoholism or addiction to any one specific thing is just the narrowing of focus on what gives you pleasure, then if I can just spread my addiction out onto many different things that bring me pleasure, then I'm no longer addicted to one single thing. If I'm addicted to growing in faith, if I'm addicted to being a better husband, if I'm addicted to doing what's best for my body, if I'm addicted to fitness and health and nutrition, and that way I'm not so heavily focused on one specific thing, then I can use addict, the word addict, I can use to my advantage, right? But when it's alcoholic, like I can't do anything with that. Not only do I don't resonate with it, it doesn't sit well in my spirit, but that's it. It's a box, and it's something that I just don't identify with anymore in my life. And so it doesn't make sense to me to refer to myself in that way for the rest of my life when I'm going to spend most of my life without it. I choose not to be defined by any of the mistakes that I make in my life, and I made a lot, and I'll continue to make more. But my goal is to always learn, to always grow, and try not to make the same mistakes over and over again, and just continue to grow and be better. Listen, if referring to yourself as an alcoholic as a way of keeping you accountable to yourself, by all means, man, continue to do what works for you. I'm just sharing like the perspective shift that works for me. And if that message resonates with you, then I encourage you to kind of follow that, to follow through with that thought process, because it changes your outlook in a lot of ways. It's freeing. That's what I feel. I feel untethered and I feel free. I hope that helps someone out there. My goal is for, number one, for my message just to help people. Number two, for those that do desire to go a step further, I would love the opportunity to walk more people through that path and see what that looks like, and focus more on the things that bring you joy and peace in your life, from your faith, family, to your hobbies, to your fitness, your health. All of those things matter. Please like, subscribe, and share with me any questions you have, any topics you want to cover, anything related to fitness, sobriety, health and wellness. And I will do my best to bring guests on to help me fill the gaps, because I know I don't have all the answers. I just know what works for me. There have been people that have been very instrumental in my life that have helped me to get where I am in my sobriety walk. I look forward to providing more practical tools to help you on your sobriety journey, on your fitness journey, your health and wellness journey, just in life. That's what I got, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.